Assalamu alaikum. I am Monreza, and today I will explain the concept of dislocation in post-colonial theory. Dislocation means displacement caused by colonialism, slavery, migration, or cultural domination. It is not only the movement of people from one place to another, but also a psychological and cultural experience when people are separated from their homeland, language, or culture. They often feel alienated and disconnected. They lose their sense of belonging and struggle to rebuild their identity in a new environment. So there are many causes of dislocation. One of the major cause is slavery and forced transportation, where people were removed from homeland against their will. Another cause is colonial invasion and settlement, in which colonial powers occupied lands and displaced indigenous communities. Migration, whether forced or voluntary, also creates dislocation because people move from familiar places to unfamiliar societies. Dislocation can be physical, cultural, linguistic, and psychological. It affects not only where people live but also how they think, speak, and understand themselves. One of the most important effects of dislocation is identity crisis. People experience loneliness, trauma, confusion, and feeling of being unhomeliness. This means they may physically live in the place but emotionally feel disconnected from it. Post-colonial theorist Omike Bhabha explained this through the concept of hybridity and unhomeliness. Hybridity means the mixing of native and colonial culture, while homeliness refers to the feeling of sorry, unfamiliarity even in one's own home. As a result, individuals often feel trapped between two cultures and two identities. However, dislocation is not only destructive. The positive criticism of dislocation is it can also because a source of creativity and cultural regeneration. People develop new identities, hybrid cultures, and new forms of language and expressions. Dislocation also encourages resistance against colonial domination. So, a Caribbean writer Wilson Harris believed that painful experiences of displacement can create cultural rebirth and renewal. This idea is reflected in the statement that the necessity of dislocation becomes the mother of invention. In conclusion, dislocation is a central concept in a post colonial theory because it explains the effect of colonialism on identity, cultural language, and psychology. It helps us understand trauma, migration, hybridity, and resistance in post colonial societies. Although dislocation involves loss and suffering, it also creates transformation, renewal, and new possibilities. Therefore, dislocation can be understood both as a wound of history and the beginning of new world. That's all.